Old 79 C20. It's been sitting since 2005. It's got a 350. Four-speed with the granny low. Floorboards are rusted out. Seat's pretty bad. Door panels are nice. Dash is pretty bad. Bed's decent. Got a little rot right there, but the main bed's pretty good. Got a gooseneck hitch in it. (2005). Come from Alabama, but I bought it in Tallahassee, Florida. And there's my ducks. We're gonna throw a little 50-to-1 in that carburetor and see if she'll fire up real quick. If she will, I'll put a hose down in the gas can and see if she'll run on her own for a minute. Since I don't have a tripod, ouch, I'm gonna make a mess. Alright, I poured a little 50-to-1 in the primaries and the secondary. And let it sit for a minute because I made a damn mess trying to prop the phone up. We'll give that a second and then we'll hit the key. Alright, I've noticed when I poured it into the primaries, we have a little stream of gas running down right here, so probably gonna need a base plate gasket. Possibly from this thing just sitting so long. May need a whole rebuild, but we just try to see if it'll run right now, and we'll get to all that later. That gas may have sat in there long enough. Let's see what she'll do. Alright, I got you propped up. We'll see what it'll do. Well, it's running. And I got the fuel line run down to a jug. I just fired it off with that 50-to-1 to make sure it'll run by itself. But surprisingly, the fuel pump still works. It's been raining for like 3 days. All them manifolds are probably soaking wet. See if she's smoking in the back. Yeah, got a little smoke. Maybe that 50-to-1 burning off. It looks like they actually put brand new exhaust on it before they parked it. All right. Well, we'll see about getting her some tires and see if everything else works. Alright, siphoning the gas out of it, trying to see how bad it looks. And it's pretty orange, which is 20-year-old gas, but I don't see any rust flakes. It actually looks decently clean. So I'm gonna, until I start seeing rust flakes, I ain't really too concerned, but we're gonna sit here and siphon it out and throw some fresh gas in it, and I'll probably double up on the fuel filters that go right in line right there before you get to the fuel pump. That way I can catch whatever's coming before it gets to the fuel pump. And I'm going to use them clear visible ones. We can see what's going in and out. That way I'll know if the tanks are rusted. I can just swap the tanks out. But so far so good. Get this tank drained and get the other one drained. The gauge said it had a quarter of a tank, but you can't always trust these old things. Alright, now that we got all the old gas siphoned out, put some fresh gas in it. I put an inline fuel pump or fuel filter. That way I can see if a bunch of trash is coming out of that tank, and if it ends up that it does have a bunch of rust or something in it, we'll end up having to get a new tank. But from what I siphoned out, everything looks pretty clean, so hopefully we're good to go. Alright, had to rebuild the quadrijet on it. Got it crunk up sitting here idling. Or I did. And keep it idled up. It's pretty cold this morning. I'm gonna put it in gear, set up in a move. I want to turn it around on my concrete pad where I can actually have the front facing toward my shop. Still a little smoky. Alright. Clutch in. Low gear. She's moving. Sounds bad for some reason though. I don't think the brakes work. Alright, she is moving. I just had to put the phone down for a minute to make sure I wasn't tearing something up. A little sticky, she don't like to go in. There we go. And we drove around the yard. I'm gonna drive it up on the pad. We don't have any brakes, so I'm gonna try to aim for that brick down there on the ground. Seemed to run good though, clutch feels good. Just no brakes. Come on, stop. Okay. Alright. Well, there's your update on this. Alright, dragging the 79 out. I'm gonna take her down the road. I'll show y'all my rust patching I've done. It ain't straight. I mean, it's just a piece I had laying around. We patched that floor in there, a little expanding foam. A little expanding foam over there. Had a blanket inside I made into a seat cover. I put a water pump on it, changed the oil, redid all the brakes, and needed a whole brake system. We finna take it down the road for the first time. For the first time since 2005, this truck's gonna move under its own power. Yep, didn't want you to look at me, but I got one of them new flip phones, the flip 5s, so maybe it'll sit up here on the dash and video while we're going down the road. It's a 4-speed with the granny low. Truck only got 73,000 original miles on it because the pedals look brand new. There's no wear on them or anything. Still runs a little bit rough. The guy, number one, is in a really weird spot on the distributor. He just made number one wherever he wanted it, so I'm gonna pull the distributor back out and put that back in the right place. See if I can turn y'all around where you can not have to look at me. There you go. She sounds a little bit rough, but hell, if I sat for 30 years or 20 years, I'd be sounding rough too. See if we can turn it around. Still idling, so that's good. I'm gonna do a little walk around. We only went like 3/4 of a mile. I'm gonna walk around, make sure ain't nothing profusely leaking. No trash coming out of the exhaust pipe. I threw a can of Berryman's in the gas tank, letting it run on that. There ain't but about 5 gallons in there. No leaks. I had a little bit of a radiator leak on this lower radiator hose, but I think the hose was just loose. Which I threw a new water pump on and did not do the new hoses, so that'll come back to bite me in the ass. Give her a good look over. Got new belts. The alternator still works. The fuel pump actually still works. It's pulling out of this old tank. I think that's what I'm smelling. It's burning off a little bit of that old oil and shit on the manifold. Dad and I pulled the coolant temp sensor out the other day and it dumped coolant all over it, so it's probably burning that off too. I don't see. Probably need to pull that masking tape off down there. So, I got some masking tape down there where I shot some of that expanding foam through the bottom. It's laying right on the exhaust pipe, so that might need to come off or we do have a problem. Notice the expanding foam all up in these rust holes. You can see a little bit of smoke coming right there. I'm pretty sure it's just burning the crap off of this manifold. It's burning something off in the back. Can't tell what it is. Alright, take it on back to the house. See if I can get that tape off without burning my damn hand. There we go. Alright. And on these old 70s, on like the 73 to 79, I think, push in on your hood and then go down. Because then you get this right here. It ain't kinked yet, but somebody almost did it. These hoods get that bad taco hood. Somebody tries to shut them wrong. Door doesn't shut worth a damn. That's about normal. Mirror shot. Alright. Temperature is finally coming up. I was wondering if that even worked. Oil pressure. We're about, I don't know, 40 pounds maybe. 35 pounds. She's charging. I had to put some headlight restore on these gauges because they were so faded you couldn't see nothing. They're still pretty bad, but at least I can see it now. And you can see the, well, maybe you can't, 73,000. And the way these pedals look, I mean, they look pretty crisp. Clutch pedal's a little wore down and doesn't come all the way up like it's supposed to. But I think it may be 73 original mile, 1,000. Okay, put you. I wish I could put y'all up here somewhere where you could actually watch the shift. Yeah, you might be alright right now. Alright, let's see if we can get back to the house before it catches on fire. Figured it run better, but it acts like it ain't trying to do much better. Might slow down and stop in a minute and go back through the gears again. Got a little pop through the exhaust when it's decelerating or letting off the gas. It wants to backfire a little bit. I don't think anybody behind me. Hell, I ought to try downshifting. We'll do that when we get to the driveway. Alright, there's first.
even worse. Makes it even worse that I missed that shift. Alright, we're gonna try it downshift. Power steering works amazing in this truck. I mean, it turns with a finger. Alright. And I don't think the parking brake works. Yeah, maybe it does. It stopped rolling. Check over everything again, make sure nothing's on fire. No smoke. Nothing's pouring underneath. Dude got a hell of an exhaust leak right here. Well, alright. I think the longer she runs and take her out and run her every couple of days, she might clear on out. But for the first time since 2005, for it to run down the road like that, that's smooth. That's pretty good. And I got to get some heat on that gooseneck hitch because that's about as far as I can get it to fold down. I'm going to heat it up and grease it up real good. Maybe we'll get it to working right. Well, alright, there's the update for this truck. Y'all keep tuned. We'll mess with it some more.